Well, well, well. Hey, friends!
Hi.
Welcome to our Friday live stream season 2. We have some fun stuff planned for today. Let's see who populates the room right now. Let's see who populates the room. That's a funny thought, actually, when you think about that.
Yeah,
Maybe I
plant
should-
your seeds, populate.
Maybe a little, I don't know. Really quick, I'm going to attempt to get people on Instagram to follow us as well. So look your best. Look your best while I do this Instagram video right here. Good morning. The Friday live stream is officially on. Season 2 of our live stream. We have giveaways during our live stream. Today we're going to have a live wine sommelier coming on to teach us how to drink wine. Should be a really fun morning, but you have to click the link thing. You see the link thing right there? You got to click that thing right there to get to our live stream right now. Now I got to filter it. I ain't going to lie. Haven't done a video lately without a filter in a very long time. Very long time. Link, Jesse and Tati, Zwakquam. And you put the stream link on the blog, right, Shell? Is that what are you still doing that? Did you put the stream link on the blog? Okay, you're trying to. Gotcha.
Oh. Let me know if you need me to do that.
I'm going to tag Yesi and Toti. What's up, William? Say hi, stream mates. It's how we fill our tank with gas, and then we start the stream. You guys all have to say hi and jump in. Were you trying to win the spinner necklace, William? Is that the goal for you today? Do little bit do. Is everybody ready for the weekend? Like, dude, this is like, it's time to vibe out and get ready. I want to go to the desert maybe this weekend. Screw it. You're only 17 and you're too young? Nah, no way, bro. You give me the choice right now, I'll take 17 for a little while longer. Just a couple more years. Hey, Thor. There's Marco. Thor, that necklace is mine, he says. We'll see. Producer Shelley scoured comments for the past 2 days, started a database. It's actually very eye-opening how many awesome people jumped on to say hi for that necklace. The problem with this contest, though, is you do not have to be present to win. You just have to have checked in on our live stream and said hi sometime over the last 3 live streams to win yourself a PADRES spinner necklace.
Yeah, because then you're going to wear it at the next game you go to for next season, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, you're not bandwagon.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, no, I had this way before. I had this. No.
Already.
I was here way earlier.
Yeah, I had this already.
Happened. Anyways, we're going to have a wine sommelier come on with us here in a little while. And if you've never really learned how to do wine tasting or understood it, producer Shelley has set something fun up for us here. And that's going to happen in about 10 minutes. They're going to join us on the actual live stream. Looks like we're going to be drinking a little bit of wine. And I'm trying to play a golf tournament later. So is that even a good idea for me?
Yes, you'll probably play better because there'll be less pressure and you'll just be relaxed.
You know what's awkward sometimes when you're playing golf with people that you're not like super close to? A lot of times you have your moment while you're playing golf where you literally do that. You go, you know what? I need a beer because I'm like too stiff. I feel like I'm nervous. Like there's something going on. I need to drink. But sometimes you're around people that you don't know their vibe. And it actually isn't as easy of a thing to do that when you're playing with strangers as opposed to when you have your homies with you. Today I have my homies with me, but I have many times been like, oh my gosh, I need like a quick shot of Fireball or something to get this going, man. What the hell? But I'm like golfing with someone I'm trying to impress. So I don't want to have to like go there. I don't know. What's up, Amy? Yep.
I feel like I don't have any of those types of pressures because I don't know how to golf. So,
yeah, you don't do anything that you're like forced into situations. Because imagine joining a foursome of people that are playing golf, and now not only are you going to have to kind of get to know them, but you're going to spend like 5 hours with them, very close contact, and you're performing in front of them because you got to like hit the ball and swing. And, you know, it's like, it's kind of a lot.
That's the part where that's why I don't, is because
Yeah.
spending 5 hours on any one given thing other than our radio show.
Agreed. And especially with someone that's not like your homie or whatever. I know a guy, my neighbor, he goes every Sunday morning. He leaves before the sun comes up, goes to Torrey Pines. And I guess that there's a lot of guys that get out to Torrey Pines and they fight for the very first tee time because you can fly through and you can be done by like 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. He's obsessed with getting out there. But all I think about when he tells me that is, but you're not only are you waking up that early, you're golfing that early, whatever, you have no idea who you're ever going to play with, right? Or you're like, I was asking him, like, you have no idea who you're ever going to play with, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. Whatever. And I'm like, gosh, I wish I had that. I think producer Shelly has that a little bit.
But that's actually because you can learn from those people. That isn't, I mean,
I don't listen up until it's like the fourth or fifth hole, maybe. If I'm golfing with strangers, I am absolutely wrecked. Like, it doesn't work for me.
Oh, really? It doesn't? Oh, you're talking about your actual golf game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part, I'm the same way. It affects me. It affects me in a weird way. Oh, beer and golf. How many mulligans do you need? Yeah, I mean, I would say if I break 100, if I score in the 90s, I'm feeling pretty good. I rarely score in the 80s, rarely. So I would say I need probably 10 mulligans a game, truly, to do anything that is braggable.
What is a mulligan again? I thought that was a drink.
It's like literally a do-over. You just go like, never mind. That shot was horrific. I'm going to just completely act like I didn't take that shot.
Oh, okay. That's what I was doing the whole time at your golf tournament. Yep.
You're just.
I was like, oh, you guys are serious golfers. I don't know why they put you with me, but have fun.
Yeah, that was Julie and her crew, right? Julie Henley.
Julie was really amazing, and her sister. They were so much fun. And I had Marvin with us, so Marvin kind of helped us.
Yeah.
Marvin's the perfect icebreaker for everything.
Totally.
Yeah, he is.
He's usually wearing something that's a good icebreaker. You're
yeah.
Like, bro, look at those glasses. What's up with those glasses?
He really is.
912. Okay.
Crazy.
Well, really quick, producer Shelly, is there a way that I would like to announce what our November live stream prize is going to be, but we have to crown a winner for October and give them the spinner necklace. Where is it? I'd love to showcase it while you announce the winner. Let me come get that real quick.
Watermelon mustard. I have, William, and it's very tasty. I like it.
Okay.
I have tried it. Have you tried watermelon mustard yet, Shelly?
No, I haven't. That sounds delicious.
You just slice up the watermelon, you throw some mustard on it.
Like yellow mustard? Like just good old yellow
mustard? It's good. I liked it. It's interesting.
Nice. All right. Are you guys ready?
I might be able to do a drum roll. Stand by.
Get us some.
When I was in Vegas and we were in the old strip, my family was doing the zip line. They had, how they had a lot of vendors in that old strip area or whatever. There was a stand where these two dudes had all of these necklaces for any team on earth. And they were, the medallions were double the size. They were like a cartoon character.
Oh, really?
So cool. And I was so tempted to get a couple because they were just so gaudy and obnoxious. But I actually was thinking about getting them home on the flight. And I was like, never mind. But anyway, just so you know.
Sparkles a lot. That one really does sparkle a lot. Like the way that light reflects off of the medallion is looks almost
Pretty
like my nail color.
Okay. So of course, Antonio, you're in the drawing. Just so you guys just so you know what the rules are and that they are very clear. Whenever we do our live stream now for season 2, as long as you jump on and interact with us, if you jump in the comments section, you could literally just say hi or going to work. Have a great day, guys. Whatever you want, or you can ask a question. You can involve yourself, whatever it is. Every time we see one of y'all say something, we mark your name down and we put your name basically in a hat for the giveaway for the month. Now, you can comment 100 times. You do not get 100 entries.
No.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's only one entry.
It takes once.
Guys, hold on. Just to make sure Dennis Goulias' name is in there. Just make sure.
Dennis Goulias in the house.
We just got the first check-in 2 years of streaming from Dennis Goulias. I love it. What's up, buddy? So anyways, everybody understand the rules, and we pick a random name basically out of a hat, and we don't know if you interact with us a lot, if you've been on every stream. We don't really know. We just know that you said hi or did something.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to play a drum roll, and you guys can announce this big winner.
Shelly's going to announce the winner because I came for the wine, so.
I got the wine chilling. I have, because wine, you know, we're doing wine. We got a little charcuterie plate that was assembled by our good friends at Columbus Meats.
Nice.
And
can you hear the drum roll?
What's that?
Can you hear the drum roll? Did you hear that at all?
Oh, sorry. We were talking. Go ahead and do the drum roll. I'll announce the winner.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry. I couldn't hear either. Hold on. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear that. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your wine. We'll get into our wine thing in just a moment. Let's just pay off this winner really quick. And here we go, friends. The winner of the October Season 2 Jesse and Tati live stream prize, the Padres spinner necklace, the Tati's Junior uniform.
My son.
It goes to
Nadia Huntgate.
Nadia Huntgate. Yay!
I'll be shooting her a message today to let her know.
That's me pressing my bus horn. Okay, so Nadia Huntgate.
Keep the music going.
I don't know, the stream might kick us off. I should be careful.
Yes.
Hey, Lori, that's good sportsmanship right there. Look at Lori with the good sportsmanship. Hey,
congratulations, Nadia.
Good sportsmanship.
Yeah, Shantae. Yeah, Amy. That's what I like. This is a safe space of positivity.
I agree. Thank you, friends, for doing that. So we will reach out to Nadia if she's not on here today. Hopefully she is. If you guys know her, please send her the link. But we will be sending that out. And before we get into what's going to be really fun this afternoon, I wanted to share what our prize for the next round of giveaways for November. Tati, would we say that today's comments count for the November entry?
I love all of these. Congratulations, Nadia. I feel like those people already, boom, they're in there because all that positivity, your name's in the hat for this prize. William, you too. Look at that.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay. Love it, guys. I love the activity. So this month's prize will be, we have a great friend who he used to live here in San Diego, and he makes homemade things. You'll see in a second. And he moved out to Nashville. He still lives out there, but he listens to the Jesse and Tati show. He is a part of our stream here and there. And he's also supported One More Win over the years with donations and sponsorships and all of that. His name is James Stocky, but he runs a company called Your American Flag Store. And this flag right here is being sent to the Jesse and Tati prize archive or prize closet here at the radio station. And I don't know if you have someone in your world that is military or anyone that you know that would love to throw a flag up in their house. This is like the perfect Christmas gift. So if you guys are on all November and interacting, that'll be our gift. And you will win that the first week of December so that you can gift it to somebody or whatever you would like to do. So thank you, James Stocky. All right. So let's get back into the wine stuff. What did you get at the store? I heard you like half explaining to Tati the deliciousness.
I just went for wine snacks. I'm not going to lie. Yesterday was a long day. And so I didn't get around to being able to really like get into it like I have the last couple of weeks. So I'm sorry, but I will be next time, I promise.
The good news is,
don't be sorry. We didn't do nothing for it. Jesse and I just sat back and waited for you to do so. So
that's kind of true.
This is true.
And I promised Shelly last week I'd bring her in a special tripod so she can do like we can overlook her hand movements while she's cooking stuff. So I didn't even bring that. So let's start with
spinach dip. Delicious spinach dip because yes.
I love
fresh French bread. And then have you guys seen the charcuterie board that they sell now? It's like and then I also
how big it was, right?
And I also got us some brie. So it's like, a little wine and cheese and stuff. So we have stuff in our stomach because it is 9:15 in the morning or 9:20. And we are going to be tasting wine. So
I like that you're like really like being very thoughtful about what.
Well, I just want to make sure because you got to drive. We all have things to do after this. So, but I believe our guys.
Right, Marco. That's you're right on, bro. You're right on, Marco.
Yeah.
Get some love, Shell. You're getting some love.
Thank you. So yeah, so our guy Steve should be joining us anytime now.
Oh, hold on a second. I think we can bring Steve on right now. Okay. Why don't you, producer Shelley, since you set up the food portions of our season 2 live stream, why don't you give us a proper introduction here? You did a really great job right now, but I'll bring him on as you intro him.
Yeah. Who is Steve?
So Steve is with Grocery Outlet, and he is the wine and spirits buyer and sommelier for Grocery Outlet. He's our buddy. Hey, Steve.
What's up? Hey, guys. How are you?
And so Steve is the one that said, hey, they've got some stuff going on at Grocery Outlet. There's a wine sale happening, so let's talk some wine at 9:30 in the morning, shall we?
Why not? You know, there's a famous saying that I like to use is if you haven't had a drink of or a glass of wine before noon, you probably procrastinate in other areas of your life. So
this is why Steve heard that.
I've said that before.
That is correct.
Yes. So we have our 20% off sale that started on Wednesday. That's lasting through Tuesday, the 9th. All wines are 20% off that you buy in all of our stores. I don't know, how much do you guys know about Grocery Outlet?
Grocery Outlet,
bargain market.
There you go. There's an earworm for you.
There is like so much stuff because I've done events at Grocery Outlet and I just like walk around like, this is stuff that I buy on a regular basis and it's like so much cheaper and there's so much good stuff. You know, it's not like it's not brand name stuff. I mean, you recommended possibly a Kendall Jackson, like.
Right,
you know.
yeah. So the company started 75 years ago. We're celebrating our 75th anniversary. This year, we opened up our 400th store this year. So that's a milestone for us. We focus on buying products that are, inventory reduction off products. That stuff that might be, a winery might be long on a product. They want to get into their new vintage, so they're looking to move their products quickly, their wines, or they're doing a label change, or maybe China decided not to take a shipment and they've got labels that are for the Chinese market that they need to change and get rid of quickly. That's when they come to us, and that extends through all these. All the departments of our store, deli or dairy or fresh meats, boxed groceries. We function like that in all segments.
So that's how we get the bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get the bargain. I mean, if you think about it in one way, your medium-sized winery that might make 100,000 cases a year, even if they sell 98 to 99% of their wine, they still have 1,000 to 2,000 cases left over that they may need to move quickly, and that's where we come in.
We'll move it as quick as possible.
Yeah, we try to do that as well. All right, you got the Provenera, so we're gonna jump right into this.
Yeah.
So the Provenera Chardonnay is one of our best-selling Chardonnays that we have in the stores, if not one of the best-selling wines in the store. This comes from a winery called Fior de Sol. It's located up in Napa. And they are one of our great partners that we work with. They came to us with some inventory reduction wines years ago, like 6 or 7 years ago. And every time we brought those wines in, they sold out immediately. And it was just such a perfect partnership that we decided, we need to work together with you guys on a consistent basis. And so this is one of the few wines that we have in the stores, in every store at all times. It's one of our few wines that we work with.
This is like your staple right here. You got
it is one of the few staples.
Yeah. Ready for this?
You know it.
Yeah. There you go. So this is just a California Chardonnay. And where did Shelley go?
She's got to pour these drinks, Steve. It's crazy.
Oh,
she does it
there
all.
You go. Right on.
Are we going to try?
We'll wait for Shelley. She's got to go back in her studio.
All right. So first thing you want to do is, swirl the wine to get it agitated. It helps the aromas, the molecules just sort of get agitated and release all the aromas that they can do. And
this is what I do to Tati when she shows up to work in the morning. I spin her around and she becomes very agitated.
I was just about to say, agitating is what Jen knows how to do.
And this is like
getting it going.
It's like a vocabulary test a little bit. Like make notes, guys, on the vocabs when you go. You're like, oh, I'm going to agitate my wine real quick. Just so you can walk in there, act like you know what you're talking about. Really, you're here for the wine.
Can you walk me through the sniff? When am I supposed to sniff? Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
So yeah, just take a deep breath in with your nose. If you want to get really fancy, there's an old sommelier trick that if you open your mouth slightly while you breathe in through your nose, you can actually get a more intense aromas from the wine.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and with
You're
this,
gonna see this side view of this. Okay, I'm gonna agitate.
agitate.
I'm gonna open my
I'm
mouth.
gonna regret
breathe
saying
in
that
from
word,
my
aren't I?
nose.
No, you won't. Don't worry.
It's kind of like what we try to do all morning on this show. It's very weird. It's like,
so with this wine, you know, kind of the aromas you're going to get, maybe some green apple, maybe a little pear. From the oak that they use in the wine, you're going to maybe get hints of vanilla or butterscotch on it as well.
okay, I'm drinking.
So when it comes to, is it really like, it's just like your rainbow? So whatever should you look for something specific when you're tasting wine? Or do you want to direct people towards certain flavors? Or can you just be like, you could say apples and somebody says, I get peaches. Like, is that, you know?
That's a great question. And the answer is yes, on all facets. There are, say, particular or characteristic aromas and flavors that you'll get from certain grapes. So, you know, like with the apple and the pear and sometimes pineapple and banana from certain areas, these will come through on Chardonnays. But those are characteristics of them. And then certain flavors will pick up certain flavors, you know, like maybe pineapple really comes to you. You recognize that really strongly and you're going to, oh yeah, that really jumps out at me. I can really smell that. So that might be something that you recognize really well. But if you were to say, like, I'm really getting a lot of plum and cassis or chocolate in that, I would be a little suspect, because it's not a characteristic that you would attribute to Chardonnay. That's something more with Cabernet. But yeah, I like to say that there's smells and aromas and tastes that people recognize really clearly, and that's what people identify with.
I dated a guy, and we used to go to places and we would just be like, smells like children's tears on Christmas morning. They knew what they wanted for Christmas.
Mine smells like my to-do list just got shortened.
You should hear some of the people that like really know their wine, like the master sommeliers. They'll get really specific with certain aromas that, you know, like this reminds me of a pot sticker from a street cart in Malaysia that I had. You know,
wow.
It can get kind of fun. So when you taste this wine, I get that same green apple on it that I was tasting. I get notes of butter, so it's a really creamy Chardonnay.
Yeah,
that's a characteristic. That's a very stereotypical characteristic of California Chardonnay.
But it isn't too buttery where you feel like it's like fully coated your tongue, which is nice.
Right. And you get that buttery, creamy characteristic from the malolactic fermentation, which is a technical wine term. Real question: during fermentation, doesn't the yeast consume the sugar and pee out alcohol? That is absolutely correct.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's the byproduct of the yeast eating the sugar is alcohol. And then the malolactic fermentation is they add malic acid during the fermentation process to round out the lactic acid, so it's not so sharp. That gives you your creamy, buttery flavor to it. And then there's also a generous amount of oak on this Chardonnay as well, which rounds out sort of what we stereotypically or we characteristically classify as a California Chardonnay.
All right.
Well, it's delicious. What is the name of this? What is the name of this brand again?
This is the Provenera Chardonnay.
Provenera Chardonnay.
Yeah. Hey, grocery outlet.
Provenera Chardonnay.
Provenera.
All right. Let's prepare the next one. I have a quick question about the grape smashing part of the wine.
Okay.
The very start of this. And I asked somebody this question one time at a winery, and they gave me the weirdest answer, as in like they didn't want to release that trade secret and let me know that is a thing. So I just want to see if like you'll go there too. My thought was, are there people that are there like the superstars of grape stomping? Like is there someone that has like a large foot, or they're really good at it, or they're a heavier person? When you're doing this grape stomping process, could you win by having a certain kind of person over a different kind of person? I mean, I know that's very vague, but.
Well, if there's a contest, I really want to enter that because I could probably win.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, there's many ways that they use to crush the grapes to get the actual juice out of it. Foot stomping is one of them, although it's rarely used nowadays because the technology is so high that, you know,
and the quantities you're trying to make. I mean, there's no way anyone could stop that much,
exactly.
right? I mean, like,
if you're bringing in 20 tons of grapes, there's not a person alive with a foot big enough to be able to do all that.
Interesting.
I don't know. My son's got a big foot. He's a Pacific Islander from Hawaii. He's a Hawaiian boy. He's got paddles. So
there you go.
Really quick, Thor's got another good question. Just from your personal, your personal take on this, Steve.
Sure.
They're headed to Napa. What's the winery up in Napa that you just can't miss?
Ooh, there's
so many.
Really, there's so many, but I gotta tell you, one of the best places you could go is Heights Cellars, and it's right on Route 29. It's close to Farniente and right across the street from Hall Winery, which is another fantastic. Both of the Farniente and Hall are fantastic wineries, but Heights is a winery that I personally love, and they, as far as I know, they still offer free tastings there. And if you're really nice, they usually have some stuff below the counter that they'll serve you that they don't give out to everybody, I should say.
Well, Thor is one to chit chat somebody up, so I'm fairly certain he kick a friend there.
There you go.
All right, what's next?
All right, so next we have the Ryder Estate Rosé of Pinot Noir. So Ryder Estate is owned by a company that we do a lot of business with. They're a fantastic partner that we have called Scheid Family Vineyards, and they're located down in the Central Valley, I think just outside of Salinas. And they have just a ginormous winery. They do tons of different brands, and they're a great producer of wine. And they are, like I said, a fantastic partner of doing closeouts with us. The Ryder Estate is one of their labels. It's a rosé of Pinot Noir. A lot of people get a misnomer about rosé and they think it's sweet. And that's not always the case. With White Zinfandel, it has a rosé color and it's definitely very, very sweet. Generally, the rosés that are made nowadays are dry or on the drier side of the spectrum. So, a lot of people will see a rosé and it's like, oh no, I don't want to drink that. That's sweet. And that's not really the case at all. Thankfully, there's been a huge resurgence of rosé in California. So you see them everywhere now. And they're just
in small cans right now. I feel like they're being sold in like different portions and like
absolutely.
Ways.
The cans are a huge trend going on right now. Not so much in grocery outlet, but yeah, in other retailers, cans are huge.
Yeah.
So with this, again, some people tell me, well, do they blend, red wine with white wine to make the rosé? And I'm like, well, no, that's not really how they make rosé. It's in terms of skin contact. So all wine or all juice that comes out of a grape is white. And it's the amount of skin contact that they leave the juice on with the actual crushed grapes that imparts its pigment, its structure, its tannins, and all the.
So the smashed grapes like dyes the liquid, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Wow.
And so
this is really good.
Yeah, rosé gets very little skin contact. They might give it like maybe a day, maybe less, and then they pump the juice off, and that's how in a very simplistic way how they make rosé. These are great wines for a warm day out on your patio to just sip away, and with some of the cheese plates that you have with a very light white cheese like a Fontina or maybe even a Brie. Very, very good stuff.
Oh, speaking of Brie, I have Brie.
Hey! Don't be shy with the Brie there, producer Shelley Brown.
I'll bring it in.
Is there the thing all of a sudden that I'm an IPA drinker, and now you like walk in and you got the list of IPAs and you go straight for the alcohol content and you go, okay, what kind of a night am I going to have? Am I like an 11% kind of night? Is it, or am I like a 5.5%? It becomes like the obsession with how I pick a beer or whatever.
Right.
From these two right here, the Chardonnay and the Rosé, is there a big difference in the alcohol content? And or do you suggest a different wine to get more drunk? I mean, like you would a better IPA,
because you want to last.
Well, if you really want to look for getting drunk, go for Zinfandel or a port, because those are in the 15 to 16 to 20% alcohol range.
Okay, gotcha. So that'll
do the job quick.
Time. So is a rosé considered party time in that same way, or
not really? I mean, you can get wines. Wines generally range, they range from 12.5 to 14.5% alcohol is the general range that you'll find in a bottle of wine. Yeah, Zinfandels and some Cabernets will go up, up 0.5% or maybe even 1.5% to 16. It depends. So they have to list the alcohol percentage on the label. So that's one way to tell. But there's also, you can have a wine that tastes really high in alcohol and it might be 13.5. And you're like, wow, that's really coming through. I don't understand why. And then you might be able to, I've tasted wines with 16% alcohol that the level of alcohol in it was almost non-detectable. It has to do with winemaking techniques that you can use. And it varies differently between producer and bottle. Really.
I usually
really
don't like being lied to, but the non-detectable is definitely what I'm here for. When it comes to wine, I just I don't want to know there. But everywhere else in my life, I want to know.
And nobody wants a harsh wine. Everybody, I think, comes in and wants something smooth and flavorful and not disjunct wine or something that isn't seamless, I should say.
Yeah, I could sit with it, hang out with it, just
exactly.
Enjoy the company, the brie, and the French bread,
and the charcuterie.
So why does my wife why does she love Riesling, but Rosé and White Zinfandel not really her style, but I feel like they have the same idea, kind of a smoother.
Right. So Riesling, especially the Germans, can actually have noticeable amounts of residual sugar in it. So it might not be like a Coca-Cola sweet, but you'll notice the sugar and it'll have a little bit to it. They call it, technically it's called like an off dry or semi-sweet wine. And the thing that your wife might like about those is the acidity next to say a White Zinfandel or something like that. Like acidity especially in German Riesling is super crisp and zingy, and it kind of offsets that sweetness to give the flavors a lift and makes it a great food pairing wine.
That is a really great explanation as to why she likes it, because she really is not a sweet person, but I know that wine is considered a little bit sweeter. But I mean, as you explained it, I guess not. I guess there's some other qualities in there. That's exactly because she likes more of a not sweet vibe.
Right.
That's definitely her thing.
And sweet wines, unfortunately, get misaligned because I mean, when you have sweet wines with the right food, or if you have a good dessert wine or port with a blue cheese, the cheese completely changes the characteristic of the wine and it makes the wine taste better. And I've changed people who say, no, I hate sweet wines. And then with the right food or the right pairing, they're like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Interesting.
That's the thing about wine is the pairing. Wine is great by itself, but the pairing is like a
game changer. Yeah.
Exactly.
And when you get it right, when you really get the food and the wine right, it's memorable. I've had food and wine pairing meals that I've had 15 and 20 years ago, and I can remember exactly what wine it was, exactly what it was served with, and that's kind of what impression it leaves on you when you hit it exactly right. And that's what every sommelier I think goes for when they're picking wines for the restaurant and their food.
So when's the party, Steve? No,
because
quite honestly, you're not going to get that magical pairing with someone who's knowledgeable about pairing, and that's why when you say like I can remember, it was someone who knew exactly how to pair.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I have no clue. I'm out here just getting wine to get wine.
Well,
I guess you're like you're not memorable, Tati.
You're not memorable.
And like I said, with the characteristics of flavors and aromas that you can get with grapes and wines, there are also classic pairings that you get with food and wine, like white, the old adage, white wine with fish, red wine with meat. That's kind of an old adage for a reason. It's a good general rule. Are there exceptions? There are plenty of exceptions that you can have. I had a salmon once with a very, very full-bodied monastrell from Spain, and I thought this was just gonna not be good at all, but it turned out to be amazing. White wine or red wines generally don't go with really spicy foods because spicy foods can intensify the alcohol in it. I drank a red Burgundy once with a spicy egg roll, I think once, and it was just magical. It was but those are rarities, and sometimes you find those out by accident, and it's just what a wonderful accident it is.
Steve, it's like you're talking about our radio show. I love it.
A wonderful accident.
It's a wonderful accident. It's just great.
Hey, we got to shout out really quick before we check this third wine and wrap up our wine tasting portion of our web stream. I want to thank James Stockey, who's in right now. He's the one that donated the American flags that we're going to be giving, or the American flag that we're going to be giving away in November. James, go to the beginning of the stream to see everybody's reaction to the picture of the flag that I put up. Man, appreciate you. I know, Dennis, this has become a party of 3, and we should have invited more people. I totally agree with you.
This is just the beginning of a beautiful friendship with Steve Beckner. Come on, guys.
Agreed.
Let's be honest. I've got his phone number in my phone now. So
Thank you so much for doing this with us. Grocery Outlet does have a sale. Trudy chimed in earlier and she's like, don't they have a wine sale going on right now? And I was like, yes.
Through Tuesday.
Yes.
Through Tuesday the 9th.
So if you want to try those new wines that you wouldn't normally try at Grocery Outlets.
Absolutely. You get 20% off. And, a large part of the wines that we sell, about 70 to 80% are $5.99 or under. So yeah, you can get
for the holiday.
20% off, $5.99. And then we tend to bring in for the sales, especially for the holiday sales like this, we tend to bring in something like the Buena Vista, which is $14.99. We don't normally bring in wines this high, but it was such a great value and great savings that we can pass off to the customers that we decided to bring it in and advertise it. So Buena Vista is one of the oldest wineries in the United States. It was founded in Sonoma in 1857. It is now owned by the Boisset Company, which we are good partners with them as well. And they offered us a substantial amount of this wine to bring in for the holidays. So this is their Buena Vista Sonoma County Cabernet, 2019 vintage. I was smelling this like right before we came on, and I was like, wow, this is like boysenberry jam almost.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of fruit on this.
Steve, I have a question because I went to a wine tasting in Napa once, and we were doing this thing where we were rolling our glasses, and earlier I was doing it with the white wines, but I was looking at what they were saying, the legs.
Yes.
And I couldn't remember what he had told us about the legs, but I just noticed that there is a difference with the legs on this wine than the rosé and the Chardonnay.
Right. So the legs, when you swirl it around and you look at those little teardrops that are coming down the sides of the glasses, those are called the legs. And that can be an indication of the amount of alcohol that's in the wine or the amount of sugar that's actually in the wine as well.
I see.
And if I'm evaluating wines, I'm not really looking at it unless it's like unusual. Then I'll be like, oh wow, look at the legs on that, and then I'll go ahead and taste it. I don't think it's a real determiner of quality at all.
Well, what if it has a lot of legs? Does that mean I'm getting crunk right now?
No,
Not necessarily, unless you want to.
Maybe if you want, I guess.
Interesting.
And so when you taste this wine, there's a lot of fruit going on in the Buena Vista.
Yeah, this red wine, to me, I'm not the biggest red wine fan, but I have had some really, kind of like you're saying, Steve, some really incredible moments eating dinners.
Yeah.
And for me, that's where a red wine has come into my world, is pretty much, to me, it's so not like a stand around social wine. I don't know why. It's
right.
Completely associated with dinner, for sure.
Wow, that's great. The great thing about wine is that there's a whole lot to try and there's a whole lot to learn. And you can really, shameless promoting here, but you can go to Grocery Outlet and you can try a lot of red wines for $4, $5, $6.99. And even if you get one that you go, God, I absolutely hate this wine. You still haven't spent, $26.99 on something that you've not liked. So you can really go to Grocery Outlet, buy a case of wine, especially during the sale. That's 20% off going through Tuesday. And try a bunch of different wines that maybe you've never tried before. Maybe they have a wine steward there that recommends based on previous wines that you've liked that you can, discover something new and find out, wow, you know what? I've never tried a wine from Portugal before, but gosh, this red wine from Portugal is amazing, and it's $4.99. And where can I get a case of it?
Mm-hmm.
Love this. Well, dude, I hope we mentioned the sale enough. I want to make sure you guys all know grocery outlet market through Tuesday is this sale, right? Okay.
Yes.
Grocery outlet buying my
So, Steve, thanks again for coming on, buddy. And
my pleasure.
Kelly says, we have your phone number now, and sometimes we just get on here, and now we have questions about things and wines, and now we have an expert we can go to. So
I'm at your disposal.
Yes.
I'd love to hear from you again when you've got some wines that you'd love for us to try out. That's at Grocery Outlet. Thank you.
Absolutely, anytime.
Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna take Steve out the room right there. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Dude,
that was great, right?
Our own guy.
Yeah, he can hang up. You can let him know. You can text him that he can jump out. He's still sitting in there.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, cool. Steve was so great. Steve made me so comfortable. Like I felt like I kind of feel stupid sometimes in those moments.
I was just about to say. Steve didn't make me feel stupid.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. It was great.
That is a person that, what did they say? After my heart. You know what? I had a few wines. Just don't let
I love it. I love it.
I do have French bread and I do have the stuff in here. I just didn't have time to disperse everything. And I would rather you guys handle your food because I may have had a full rookie mistake happen with a bottle of Chardonnay. And the foil cut me. So that's kind of also why I didn't distribute food. So if you guys want it, you can come get it yourself.
Whoa,
that happened right now?
Big ass pinky. What happened? Can we see your boosh? What happened to your boosh?
Oh, well, there's the blood. It was almost instantly. So
that sucks.
You
weren't doing a million things at once either, so you totally needed an injury to throw in there. That was that's always convenient.
No, you had no idea.
Shante had no idea. Watching us, what's going on, because she was just trying to get her wine on.
Dude, Shante you were no match for Steve. Shante, he got you. He got you.
And I also want to give a shout out to my mother, who also always taught me to make sure you keep a bottle opener in your makeup bag, because you just never know when you're going to need it. Because
your makeup bag.
She's like, I don't have a bottle opener. I'm like, girl, Terry taught me a thing or two growing up. Always.
Good.
So keep a corkscrew.
Shelly Brown has a corkscrew in her makeup bag.
I shouldn't miss.
That's commitment right there.
Betty, at all.
We're talking about what you bring to the restaurant, and you should have definitely dropped. I have a corkscrew in my makeup bag.
Yes, that was definitely something that would have been added to that.
That's not for when I go to the restaurant. That's for when I'm drinking wine with my friends at 9:45 in the morning on the live stream.
True.
Well, Thor has a very good. Is Oliver at home right now?
Oh, he is.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Okay, so I stayed really quiet when Steve said that, because for that reason I was like, okay, right now I know I'm stupid, so I'm just gonna ease back. Thank you, Thor. Thank you, Thor.
We know. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I wanted to wrap up our stream today with a quick video. I've been going through my YouTube channel and pulling off some of the really old videos that, to be honest with you, are 12 and 13 and 14 years old that may have not that no one's ever actually seen before. So thank you guys for coming on the stream today.
Shante knows what's up.
Thank you for all the interaction, especially, if we have a guest on like that and you guys are asking them questions, that is money in the bank. That guy was probably like, holy crap, I was on an awesome stream and people were asking me questions and it's interactive, and you guys really, as usual, help make this thing awesome. So thank you
for interacting.
Totally. And we'll be back next Friday. Jared, yes, we did give away the spinner necklace already to Nadia, who was our winner.
Yep. She's
Nadia. What was her name again, Shelly? Sorry.
Nadia Huntgate.
If you know her, Jared, let her know that we're looking for her, but I will send her necklace. And then just so a quick reminder for that, before I play this parody video of my daughter, Savannah, and I, as I celebrate her 19th birthday.
Happy birthday, Savannah.
19th or 20th. I need to figure that out if she's 19 or 20. She's 19, right?
Yeah. I remember holding her in the hospital when she was born.
Oh, my good gravy. Here's our giveaway for November. Make sure to leave a comment on all of our streams, as we do them every Friday throughout this month, for a chance to win that flag right there. We'll talk to you guys next time. Here it is. A parody song I made about my daughter, Savannah, and how much she needs a night light. And it is to a Kanye West song, Happy Birthday to my 19-year-old. Here is a clip from when she was 5.
Hello.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, bud.
My nightlight is broken. Could we buy a new one?
Yeah.
I need it bright. It's got to shine.
Savannah needs a nightlight.
I need it bright. It's got to shine.
Little Savannah needs a nightlight.
Good gentleman, Papa.
Oh, I'ma shoot that down. Hey,
Hey.
time to go to bed.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Haha.
Savannah needs a nightlight.
Yep.
Just something that will gleam and something with a high school musical theme. It's a nightlight. So if she's having bad dreams, she can see when she's going to crawling bed with me. It's a nightlight. A red and white Santa, a big old banana, a Hannah Montana. Her closet closed tight. There's monsters inside. Savannah needs a nightlight. So she's sleeping good. I tucked her in, read her a book.
You tell him.
Under her bed, there's nothing there. I had to look.
Go, Daddy.
And she's almost 5, so we'll switch it up and give it a big girl look.
Yep.
So put some glow in the dark, stars high up. And when you turn the lights up, you can see those suckers light up.
I need it bright. It's got to shine.
Little Savannah needs a nightlight.
I need it bright. It's got to shine.
Little Savannah needs a nightlight.